Hey guys, it's Jason Price here at Feral Texas Outdoors, and we are out here at SHOT Show 2024, and we are over at the Rix booth with the infamous Ryan Rogers here, and he works for Rix. He is our sales rep, and this guy is awesome. I've been hunting with this guy, and I'm going to tell you, he is deadly, and he is deadly with these scopes, and we have had a lot of fun going out here and field testing all of their new products, and here at SHOT Show, they are launching a bunch of new products. They started out with 3 products, being the T20 that we have here in the digital night vision. And we ran this unit, did our field test with it. This thing is awesome. And what we're retailing for now?
Retail now is $699.
$699 with that IR light. We're going $850 on the IR light.
It's still the 940 IR light right now. I know we had a bunch of 850s that we were doing that promo with. Still trying to work on having all these come with that 850.
Most everybody upgrades the IR light anyway. If you want to go out of the box, shoot out to a 75, 100 yards, perfectly fine out of the box. But always, guys, if you want to upgrade, we can always set you up with a bigger IR light to go out further if that's what works for you guys. But this thing, tons of battery on it, video and audio. I did drop mine.
It's made to be durable, whether you're dropping it or not. Like, the way they wanted us to display this is to basically have a tank of water and
go down this thing in.
Hold it in the water, just let it sit here in the water. But I told him I didn't want to mess with no tank
water on
and
the booth and liability
towels
and
water everywhere. I didn't want to do it, but I think we're going to make a video later on about the durability of this thing.
Well, I mean, I did drop my T20 and then go sight it in. I mean, I dropped it right in the store floor at a retail location and just dropped this thing and scuffed up and still went out and ran the full field test.
Probably broke your floor.
Yeah, probably. A chunk missing right now. But no, the T20 was great, guys. I mean, if you're looking for something that's kind of a bargain deal for you, if you're not quite ready for thermal, definitely check out the T20 and definitely check out our video on that. Now, the Leap series really made Rix here, where they have kind of come into this, taken this industry by storm, coming in, doing thermal and night vision optics. Doing the thermal optics, no night vision yet. Yes. But who knows what they're going to do here. But thermal, we are looking at the Leap series. We do have the L6 here. The Leap series was one of the first units here to do a optical based type zoom. Now, we see lots of debates about that, and what this is what they do is there's a magnifier here in the eyepiece, and you're able to treat this pretty much like a daytime scope, zooming in on your display and being able to come back out. That's not optical zoom to your screen. I don't know what else is. That's how this works. There is a diopter to adjust here for your eyes, so older guys, younger guys, people with stigmatisms, that you are able to make that adjustment here, but is very, very similar to a daytime scope. I have very few calls on sight-in on these things. I have never had a product where people have not called me constantly about sighting in. And I think it's because it's more on that daytime type optic, because your turrets here, this is your adjustments. You do top turret, left turret for your sight-in. You know, it may say X and Y's like regular thermal, but I mean, for guys to make their adjustments, they're just turning their dials like they normally do.
So a lot of the guys said that the menu flows and works the way that they think that they would imagine that it would work in a sense. So they already feel pretty familiar on how to use, basically how to go through this unit without them even looking at it. Like, it just, the menu options just kind of flow. You don't have to push 5 buttons to get to something just to change the brightness and then 5 buttons back out or anything like that.
Exactly. The Leap series also is an 18650 battery system here that is removable and swappable. So I know a lot of guys do get worried about internal battery systems and how the longevity is of that. I mean, 18650s now, there's $20 batteries, guys, and they have a nice lock-in door.
Make sure you lift that latch up.
Make sure you get that latch in there.
I'm
doing it blindly. I'm trying to do it in the dark here, guys.
Flat tops, button tops, any of them work.
Yeah, that's what's funny is I used a ton of different 18650 batteries and worked perfectly fine. Anything I could grab, I could run this unit, no issues with recoil, and be perfectly fine. You can run external power with it, but the batteries out of the pack, I mean, the batteries that we had with you guys, I mean, it was 4 hours per charge. I mean, normal kind of weather conditions. I mean, so we were getting 8 hours and running all night long. But I can tell you that this unit, we did talk about how some of that magnifier works on optical zoom. It still has digital zoom, guys. So you have digital zoom on top of optically zooming in with that magnifier in here. This is a scope that has a massive amount of zoom in what you're able to do.
It's essentially a 30, like a 32 and like a 36 power optic with only 4 times digital resolution loss.
So we do have the L3 back here. It's very similar. This is the L6 is the 640 version. But they do have the L3 back here. with the, and I'm gonna kind of move around over here in the booth. The L3 is the 384 version. These are super popular. We can barely keep these things in stock. So I've been sitting here hounding Ryan over here, trying to get a couple drinks in him, see if he'll give me some extra scopes. But the L3 here is the 384 version. Now they have the new laser rangefinder that is for the L3 and the L6. We have been field testing it. That unit works very, very well, integrating in with here via Bluetooth, and being able to turn that on is very easy to do. That laser rangefinder, it is nice. I mean, it is accurate. We're still working on some final software, I believe, and kind of what we want to do. I mean, I've kind of got my preference of what I like, and then I think some end users. So there's going to be some things I think they're going to be updating with the laser rangefinder about how that interfaces inside the scope itself. But what's nice is I've updated my original scopes from launch. No problem whatsoever to run LRF, to run updates. It's very easy, even with your phone, to update these Leap Series scopes. So I can tell you, the laser rangefinder now, I saw $400 retail.
Yes, $499.
Yeah, $499.
$499.
$499 with the laser rangefinder to add on to the price of your scope. So just know that is not included. That is an add-on, guys. So if you do look at the L6 and the L3, that is an additional add-on here. There are a bunch of other products that are launched here. This is kind of what started Rix, was those 3 scopes. Now we are getting into the new products. And this is something I was been personally excited about a while. They made me sign this NDA. Wasn't allowed to talk about it. Wasn't allowed to show anything.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that me, being as a hunter, that we run around all night long, helmet-mounted thermals. This is the Stride ST6. It does come with this slider, but this is a helmet-mounted binocular. It is 640 resolution, 25 millimeter sensor. Right. It is got a focus ring on it. Does have video recording. My favorite thing, already a built-in 18650 battery system to run this thing. I mean, like we were running like 5 hours. I mean, I was running 5 hours in a single battery. I mean, these are easily swappable. You can run power system here if you want to run USB-C up here in the front. So if you guys don't want to run battery packs on your helmet setups. But another thing about this is, if we take this off, and I'm sorry, let me grab this before I go messing up all your stuff over here. There's actually
one without the mount there,
right here. Let me put this back here before I go dropping everything. Think of this just as a handheld by itself. I mean, I leave this in my buggy and put it in my jacket pocket. I mean, it's a one base. It's easy to navigate and drive, even if you didn't want to wear the helmet setup.
Yeah.
I mean, we were running these without helmets and sitting here.
Well, I think we're going to either include them or guys can pick it up later, but get the little D-ring that threads right in here, and then you can run it with a lanyard.
Oh, no, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
We do have dovetail options if you don't want to use this. If you are wanting to run dual-mounted systems, get with us, because we have some great options here to run this with night vision on your left or right eye with the thermal, whatever way you want to do it. If you're looking at some combo systems, reach out to us. We'll help you out and let you know what works great with the Stride here. But I can tell you this is an awesome helmet mounting unit. I mean, the videos were awesome. The image quality was great. It does have digital zoom here to be able to zoom in, but I mean, I drove around just with a thermal. I mean, I held it up to my eye, I did helmet, and we did back and forth, but I will tell you that this thing is a great spotter. And the thing is, the best thing I think about this is you got this priced at $29.99?
$29.99, yeah.
So right at $3,000, you can have a helmet-mounted thermal. There is a 640 now that you can mount to the helmet, ready to go for $3,000, guys. So I say the Stride is going to be a big deal here as far as guys wanting to run systems like that, something compact. But now, speaking of compact, now these I may mess up on the specs because we are just now getting these. I do have one of the compact units, but these are the Storms. Yep. They are the S3 and the S2. The S3 we just got in. We didn't have a chance to get any footage here just before SHOT Show, but we're going to be getting that here soon. Now, this is the S2.
That's the S2, yes.
So you see how they got them a nice throw lever ring on here? So we got a nice big throw lever, 18650 battery system. Once again, $20 battery, easy to swap out, easy to replace. Now the specs on here, this is a 256 scope, right?
Correct.
What size millimeter are we running here on the front?
So that one's 25.
25.
Then on the 384, you're gonna have a 384 35 millimeter.
Okay, so the 256 here, video recording, Wi-Fi streaming.
Audio, Wi-Fi, recoil activated video.
Recoil activated on a 256 thermal.
Yep.
I mean, that's going to be crazy. And refresh rate.
50.
50 hertz refresh rate, guys, on a 256. I mean, we've been sitting here playing around, and I told him he was lying to me, like it's not 256, and he's like, no, it's 256, because there's sharpness in the image. There's not a lot of fuzziness around, so I want to get this out in the field and see what effective ranges are, because I think the effective range on this is going to be a lot further than most people think when they think 256 resolution.
Right.
So this one has been impressive, just looking in here in a controlled environment. But we're going to get this thing out and get footage with it. But I think this one's going to be the bargain buy, guys, to get them into thermal, into their first thermal. I think this Storm S2 is going to probably be the one that everyone's going to be kind of going to. It does have external power, I believe, as well.
Correct.
If you wanted to run external power, guys, do kind of like want to run those battery packs sometimes. Want to make sure I didn't forget to mention that. The operating system on here is really intuitive as well. It is different than the Leap. But, I mean, it's a very simplified menu. There is not a ton of bunch of features. There's not some big compass thing that you need to do. You don't need a accelerometer. It is a very simplified menu of, hey, here's your palettes, your Wi-Fi, your recording, here's your contrast and brightness.
It basically has pictures inside there of that menu option. So it's got a little picture
I mean,
in the same shape of the buttons, and it tells you, this one's the reticle, this one's colors, this one's doing this, and vice versa.
So I can say just this little sucker's been impressive. I mean, look at the compact now. So going from the scope style to the compact here, I said this thing's been pretty cool. The Storms are going to be a big deal, but yeah, there is going to be a 384 version and a 35 millimeter.
Right.
They're both 12 micron units, both 50 hertz refresh rates. So that S3 is what we're going to kind of try to get out first, and then we're going to try to get out here with the S2. But retail on the 384 version.
384 is $17.99.
$17.99.
So both of these are sub
$2,000.
This one is $10.99 retail.
$10.99. So $1,100 you get into the 256 with video, audio, Wi-Fi streaming, and everything.
Yep.
So I'll tell you guys, this is definitely going to be some of your entry level. Get into the thermal, get into it, and I'll say this is going to be one that's going to be really cool. I mean, I like that throw lever. I mean, that's nice. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. As we get over into new products, we are looking at a brand new handheld. This is the Pocket K2.
Pocket K2, yes.
Specs on this, we have 256.
256, yeah, that's going to be your entry level scanner. Somebody who needs to see something, they want to see that hot image out there, and then be able to switch over to your nice scope to be able to look through and figure out what you're looking at.
What's the millimeter size on the front?
9.
9?
9.
I mean, looking at this handheld, I mean, it's 50 hertz refresh rate.
Right.
I mean, as far as a handheld, look at that. It looks like just a regular laser rangefinder, like you take out archery hunting. I mean, it's ready to go, easy to get compact. I mean, you can see it in my hands. It does zoom. 18650 battery, guys. So you have a universal battery system between all of their products. Now, we can record with this. We got video.
Recording, yes.
Okay, so we do have video with a 256 handheld. And I would say this thing is going to be really, really impressive to use and have in the field. Just somebody that wants to get into it. And the price on this one?
$499 retail.
$499. So $500 handheld, right? $499. So is it $500 handheld right here? Be ready to go. Have something used with your scope. Just something, hey, there's stuff warm out there moving around. Go to your gun. I mean, this is one of those convenient things that you're going to have in the field to be able to kind of get on target quicker. So I'd say this one is definitely going to be interesting as well. Maybe you're not going to be going on the helmet-mounted side in the 640, but definitely check out the 256 here, the handheld with their Pocket K2. I'll say this one's going to be a cool one for sure.
We're excited about it.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, I want to thank you so much for letting us come over here and hang out with you at the Rix booth.
I appreciate y'all coming by.
Yes, it has been great working with you guys. I mean, it's been awesome in technology. So with that being said, so you're down in Texas.
Oh, here we go.
So we give awards in Texas, but we don't do trophies. We do belt buckles. So we have an award for you for the Rix Leap series. How awesome this scope has been. It's been a big seller. Wow. It's been new technology that's been out going into the market. I know that's upset a lot of guys, but this scope has been awesome.
This is awesome.
No complaints from folks on y'all's products, and that Leap has just been awesome.
Well, I appreciate it.
You guys have done a great job. So we look forward to working with you on all these other new products, because I'm excited for things that are coming down the line. I mean, helmet-mounted stuff, compact scopes. I mean, you guys are now going to have it all. here starting for 2024. So it's going to be a great year for Rix, guys. So if you have
Right.
questions, please reach out to us, feraltexasoutdoors.com. Check out our podcast, Hunting After Dark. And if you have questions about Rix Optics, give us a shout, guys.